Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 10 Minutes with Kusha. And, of course, as you can see, ik is a Stormers fan. Yes, I'm a proud Stormers fan, just in case you didn't know. Yes, I am a proud Stormers fan. Love the blue, looks good on me. Now, anyway, let's speak about South Africa, the Rainbow Nation, the land of milk, honey, potholes, and stage 6 load shedding. A place where diversity is celebrated as long as you're not white. Welcome to 10 Minutes with Kuse, the only show brave enough to say what your ANC aunties are whispering after 3 hunters drive. Now, today's topic deals with white people in South Africa. Oh no, you're not allowed to talk about them unless you're blaming them for slavery, apartheid, climate change, load shedding, and Trevor Noah's career. But today we're flipping the script. Because while everyone's screaming about privilege, no one's talking about the fact that white South Africans are under attack from every direction, like a farmer on TikTok. Let's break it down. Why don't we start with political attacks? Welcome to the voting Hunger Games. You'd think in a democracy, every voice counts. Well, wrong. If you're white and not voting for the EFF, ANC, or MK, you're apparently part of the settler industrial complex. White voters vilified, their political parties mocked, and you dare mention corruption or mismanagement. Suddenly, you're a colonizer who misses the good old days. And if you're black, you are a clever black. Meanwhile, parties like the EFF chant for your removal in parliament like it's an episode of Survivor Orania edition. Number 2, racial attacks, modern day villains. In 2025, being white in South Africa means your skin color is a political weapon. Forget individual character or merit. That's so 1994. No, it's about collective guilt. You're expected to apologize for things you didn't do, pay for things you didn't break, and stay quiet while being called names that would make even Julius blush. The term reverse racism is laughed off, even though entire hiring policies exist to exclude you. BEE, more like bleed every entrepreneur. Now, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, we've got these equity amendment laws and all this other bull crap nonsense going on, you know, which really is, if I have to take it back to myself as a black person, for me, that is a stamp of you are so effing weak. We can't trust you. We actually need to cushion. We need to create a softer cushion for you to get that, the job in Santon because, yeah, apartheid, which affected my grandparents, not me. My grandparents, mind you, I went to a private school. My grandparents were affected by apartheid. They went to varsity, but my grandparents were affected by apartheid. And I'm seen as someone who, I had white counterparts, but all of a sudden, I sat with a white person from grade R. My best friend in grade R was a white person. His name was Noah. We still are friends till this day, believe it or not, even after varsity. So, what do you call it? I would find it a complete cock and bull reason as to why must I be treated like a special kid with some issues which I don't have. But point number 3 has to be financial attacks. Text me, baby, one more time. I hope you know that song. Why taxpayers, the only group expected to pay more while receiving less? You fund everything from dodgy housing projects in Limpopo to ESCOM bonuses for not fixing the grid. You're squeezed like an ANC cater at a Dubai suitcase exchange. And let's not forget land reform, where you might lose your property to someone who never planted a cactus. The only thing growing is the list of unfunded promises. Yeah, ne? South Africa. Number 4, economic attacks. Free market, not so fast. South Africa claims to love free markets, but only when the right people are getting tenders. You know, those BE guys. If you're a white entrepreneur, good luck, buddy. The game is rigged. Tighter than an SAA budget. Want to bid for a government contract? Sure. Just make sure you're 51% owned by someone who went to school with the mayor's cousin's yoga instructor, aka BE. Number 5, language attacks, English or past Afrikaans, or get cancelled, gone, finished except in the Boer or maybe a meat market in Pretoria. No. Language diversity is supposed to be protected, but try speaking Afrikaans in a government office and watch the HR alarms go off. Meanwhile, English is the state religion, even if the officials can't speak it. And I've seen this before in the city of Tshwane, where there were Afrikaner colleagues who were not as greatly appreciated. These are municipal structures. And you ask yourself if Afrikaans is a recognized language in South Africa, an 11th official language, one of the oldest languages in South Africa, a language that we should be proud of, both black and white. Yes, it's mostly spoken by our white counterparts, but it's an African language. It's our language, you know? The same way white people should feel like Zulu is their language, because it's us, it's South African. I mean, let us leave these race-baiting politicians and let us stop them from segregating us. But let's move. Point number 6, societal attacks, just smile and apologize. Say cheese for me. White South Africans are expected to tiptoe through society like racial ballerinas. Want to talk about crime? Well, nope, you're racist. Want to feel safe on your farm? Racist. Want your kids to go to a decent school without being told they're oppressors at age 7? Racist. You're the national punching bag and still expected to clap politely when you're hit. And if you defend yourself, oh no, nay, nay, you just committed a thought crime. Number 7, general life, just try exist, but being white in South Africa is like playing life on hard mode, with the added bonus of being blamed for the lag. Crime, corruption, collapsing infrastructure. You're expected to stay quiet, keep paying, and pretend you're not being targeted. Want to immigrate? You're a traitor. Want to stay? You're a dinosaur. It's a lose-lose unless you join a commune and live off the grid with a windmill and a prayer. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, South African politicians are race-baiting people, especially those outside of the DA. I mean, we have seen the sheer arrogance some of them have. They are not ashamed to sing and chant songs like Kill the Boer. You know, Ramaphosa is honestly not standing up for South Africans. He really isn't. Julius Malema, don't even want to go into that. I think we've given him enough airtime. Jacob Zuma is another guy. Herman Mashaba. Sometimes you think these guys have gone senile. But nonetheless, here's the thing, comrades. This isn't about winning. It's about warning. South Africa cannot afford to alienate any of its citizens based on race, especially the ones still keeping the tax base afloat. Real progress doesn't come from revenge politics, racial scapegoating, or empty socialist slogans. It comes from treating people like individuals, not historical debtors. So here's a toast to all the white South Africans. You're not imagining it, you're under siege. And the solution? Fight back with facts, freedom, and the free market. And maybe get dual citizenship, just in case. This has been 10 Minutes with Kushle. Please like, share, and subscribe, or cry into your tax return, as well as don't forget to sign up for membership on our channel. It's as cheap as $20. I mean, come on, guys. Let's keep the truth burning. It's as cheap as $20. It really helps when making these videos. Till next time, bye.